The Victoria Line is the newest purpose-built tube line. It runs from Walthamstow Central in North London to Brixton in South London. The line opened to passengers on the 1st of September 1968 and was built to primarily relieve other tube lines, namely the subsurface lines, especially the Circle Line between Victoria and King's Cross St Pancras. Originally, the line was operated using 4-car-long 1967 stock trains, with 2 units coupled together in service to form an 8-car set. Some old 1972 Mark I carriages were also brought in to maximize capacity on the line, and have operated as trailer cars simply because they weren't compatible with the signalling system used on the Victoria Line. That's ATO. The Victoria Line was actually one of the very first systems in the world to operate an automatic signalling system, and this is also the reason this line is so frequent. That's because the ATO signalling system can handle up to 36 trains per hour. In 2010 though, the last 67 stock train ran on the line, and all the old units were replaced by the newer 2009 stock built by Bombardier at its Derby Litchurch Lane works. Although this time each train was already 8 cars in length, removing the need to couple 2 trains to form a complete set. Sadly though, these trains aren't walked through, which is a shame for such modern trains. As a comparison, the M6 trains built for the Brussels Metro by CAF in Spain, and which entered service in 2007, these ones were actually fully walked through from the start. The Victoria Line was actually in the planning stages for a long time, as the first plans to build it appeared in 1946. The line appeared critical to relieve other tube lines, as said earlier. The proof of this is that every station which was opened with the line provides an interchange, although that changed when Pimlico Station opened in 1972 as an infill station. Even though the line isn't the most intensively used compared to other lines, it is the most intensively used when compared to its length, 13 miles or 21 kilometers. It is used by more than 700,000 passengers daily, or at least it would have been before the pandemic, and of course it's stupid to use pandemic ridership numbers. For the moment, the line has no planned extensions or any new infill stations. However, there are some talks on whether to extend the line one stop south of Brixton to Herne Hill to provide access to the National Rail station there, which acts as an important railway hub with connecting train services to Kent, Blackfriars, Sutton and London Bridge, even though nothing has officially been decided yet. Crossrail 2 has also been proposed to be able to partially decrease overcrowding on the line in central London by taking off 200 passengers. Personally, I deem Crossrail 2 unlikely to be built, or at least not in the medium to long term, but rather in the very long term. If you'd like to see a video on that, just tell me in the comments down below. The Victoria Line is also going to be upgraded to CBTC signalling to enable even tighter headways than the current 36 trains per hour. By the way, if you want to know what CBTC signalling system is, I'm just going to make a video on that in 2 or 3 weeks time, so stay tuned. To learn more about the future uploads, check out the link in the description box. So, let's go back to the video. In case you've probably noticed if you're paying attention to the video, the Victoria Line has very high capacity, as it uses not only the longest deep-level tube trains, but also the widest. In fact, the Victoria Line trains are so wide that they can't operate on any other deep-level tube lines. They were built specifically for the slightly wider deep-level tunnel profiles of the Victoria Line. And speaking of tunnels, the Victoria Line is also one of the only 2 tube lines on the network to run entirely underground, except for its depot located above ground at Northumberland Park. The other one, the Waterloo and City Line, even has its depot underground. One of the other unusual features, but great features, of the Victoria Line are its transfers, and by transfers I mean cross-platform transfers. You know, the ones where you just have to walk to the platform in front of you when you get out of your train and you're ready to continue your journey on another line. The Victoria Line actually has quite a few of these. One at Oxford Circus with the Bakerloo, another at Euston with the Bank branch of the Northern Line, Finsbury Park with the Piccadilly and Northern City Lines, and Stockwell with the Northern Line. And if you want to know more about cross-platform transfers and why they are great, just check out the video Reese made about it. The link will appear in the top right corner right now. Perhaps the most interesting feature of these cross-platform transfers is how they were established. Most of the time it involved reusing the tracks previously used by other older lines to put the Victoria line in the middle and build new platforms for older lines on the outside. That's quite an interesting thing, and that does show the value behind cross-platform transfers. It also shows that it's not because you've got old infrastructure that you can't provide great cross-platform transfers with new lines you're planning to build. So, this video has now come to its end. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like the video. Please also follow me on social media for more regular updates. The links are in the description. Bye.